Greetings, Earthlings. This is the Martian, author of Red Planet Guardian. Remember that hashtag Red Planet Guardian, soon to be Indiegogo Campaign 2019. Look for it. Okay, what do we got here? Breaking news. Cassian Andor live action series has been announced. What do we think of this? I think everyone knows who Cassian Andor is. Do we really have to go into this? But we should. Diego Luna returns as the Rogue One hero, as a spy thriller for Disney's direct-to-customer streaming service. A spy thriller. If they're going to market this as a spy thriller, I don't know if this is going to work. This is going to be even more of a crap stain than it possibly could be. They need to be marketing this. I know that they've got The Mandalorian, but they need to be marketing the Cassian Andor character. Yeah, he's kind of a spy and everything, but he's kind of a Han Solo-ish character too. I think that's why everyone likes him. If they try to market this as a spy thriller, that's not going to work. I'm telling you right now. This needs to be an action series. I know they're already doing an action series with Mandalorian, but Star Wars is an action show. It's called Star Wars. I don't know. But, all right, so this was announced on November 8th. It says Bob Iger. And interesting, by the way, that it's Bob Iger announcing this and not KK. I think that is very interesting. But Bob is announcing today that Lucasfilm is in development of a second Star Wars live action series for Disney Plus. And folks, that is the first time we have heard of the company's new streaming service. It looks like they're going to call it Disney Plus. A lot of us were hoping that they were just going to reformulate Hulu, as they own something like 70% of it, into their own series, but it does not look like that's going to happen. It looks like they're going to launch a whole new thing. That's bad because it is too much on consumers. If you're Star Wars and Star Trek fan, now you're going to have two. Plus, you've got Hulu, you've got Netflix. That's four different streaming services. This is not going to work, folks. Something's going to have to give. Anyways, enough of that complaint. I think everyone knows Cassian Andor was part of Rogue One. The problem, obviously, is that at the end of Rogue One, everyone dies. I'm sorry for that spoiler, but the movie's been out for a while. If you haven't seen it, that's your problem. But everybody dies at the end. So how are they going to do this? Well, of course, in modern fashion, they're going to do a prequel and somehow try to disguise the fact that as this series goes on, if it continues to go on, the actor will continue to get older, although the character, when he appeared first, was younger than he is now. So I don't know how that's going to work. I assume they're figuring that this show isn't going to go that long, so that's how they're going to do it. But anyways, it says it's going to be on Disney Plus, and it's going to follow the adventures of a rebel spy during the formative years of the rebellion and prior to the events of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Diego Luna will reprise his role as Andor. Going back to Star Wars universe is very special for me. I have so many memories of the great work we did together and the relationships I made throughout the journey. We have a fantastic adventure ahead of us, and this new exciting format will give us a chance to explore this character more deeply. The rousing spy thriller. Again, I don't think they're marketing this right. We'll explore tales of espionage and daring missions to restore hope to the galaxy, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so, they're not saying too much. What do I think of this? I actually liked Rogue One. I think of all of the Disney era films, this was probably the best there was. And in some ways, it may have even been better than some of the prequels. I really did enjoy Rogue One. It was a decent film. This was a Star Wars film made for adults. The problem is that it was still kind of a dumpster fire for the production because KK was in charge. She had to go back and fire people. They had to refilm. They had to spend more money on it, and they were lucky to still make a profit on this film. If she wouldn't have been in charge, I think they could have made a better profit if the right people would have been hired in the beginning. So, but so Diego Luna, as we see here, the dashing young man, still doing a lot of work, doing a lot of TV, it seems like, and that's what this is going for. So here's the thing. I think he's a good actor. I think the character is good. The problem is I don't think he can hold a movie just by himself. And I think the higher ups at Disney are thinking the same thing. So that's why they're doing this. And again, as I mentioned in my video about The Mandalorian, I think with all the trouble that Star Wars is having, what they're doing right now is they are going small. They're going to the small screen. They're going to the small screen. They're going to try to get under the radar, get under some of this fan barrage of hatred that they've developed from the past few movies, and they're going to try to kind of restart things. And I think it's not a horrible idea. They've got The Mandalorian looks like it might be good. And this might be okay, although I still think maybe they shouldn't do a spy thriller. Those can get a little boring. I hate to admit it, but some of the 007 movies before in the current batch, those could get a little yawny. So I don't know. The good thing is, okay, here's a good thing. K2SO, the very popular character, loved his quips back and forth with Cassian. I'm assuming they will bring him in, and that will be a good thing. The two of them together as a team, I think that can work. And if they get the original actor back here playing K2SO, I think that's a good thing too. And he's not really doing a whole lot, so shouldn't be a problem getting him. Now, if you want to go, I'm not going to go through all this, but if you want to go to the Wikipedia, there's a great amount of biography on some of the early times between he and Cassian, and it's listing most of this from, let's see, 6 is a Rogue One, Cassian, and K2O Special number 1. That was probably something from one of the DVDs or Blu-rays or something. But yeah, so I think the two of them together could probably make a decent TV show and keep people watching for a certain amount of time. As long as the stories are good and they keep it interesting, I think it'll be all right. But again, I think going with the spy thriller thing, I don't know how that's going to go. I think ultimately they're going to have to do something else. They're going to have a love interest or a woman at some point in here. So we'll find out who that is. But I think he can do TV. He can do that just fine. I think that'll be all right. But I don't know. It's going to depend on writers, and it's going to depend on what kind of money they want to put in this. I have a feeling they're not going to put a lot of money into this one. If they're going to do a spy thriller, my thinking is they're going to try to make this as cheap as possible. They're going to spend most of the money on costumes and stuff, probably some laser battles, some blasters and such. Won't need to have a lot of, they won't have call for, lightsaber battles or anything, because this is going to be, kind of underworld Star Wars, which is something I think a lot of people do want to see. And maybe they'll have time. Well, they probably won't be able to bring this and Mandalorian together. They're slightly different. Well, they're really different times. So unless they have some kind of flashback or something, I don't see how that would work. But anyways, if they choose the right producers, if they choose the right directors, the right writers, I think this can work. But this is Disney, and KK is going to have her grubby little hands in it, and she's likely to screw everything up. So Let me know below what you guys think. Do you think this can be a viable TV show? Do you think this can work? Do you think the character can carry a TV show? And do you think Cassian Andor and Diego Luna portraying him is going to keep people interested? My thinking is they should go with him as more of a Han Solo type and go that route rather than the spy thriller. But you guys tell me what you think down below. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell for further notifications. Please hit the subscribe button. We need more subscribers. And stay tuned. There will be more to come. This is The Martian, and I am out of here.